The brilliance of dollar cost averaging, though, is two things it does for your investments. Number one, it helps you avoid mistiming the market. And number two, it takes the emotions out of investing. What's happening? Erik Garcia, certified financial planner and financial advisor. So is this the best time to invest? It might be. But before we get into it, got a quick favor to ask of you. If you can, down at the bottom in the corner of this video, there's a button to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Greatly appreciate it. As a subscriber, you'll be notified when we produce new content. So back to this question. Is this the best time to invest in the market? Maybe. One thing you need to understand, though, is whenever you make a decision to invest or not invest, typically that decision is full of emotion. And sometimes when we make investment decisions based off of emotion, it doesn't always turn out right. So let's take two hypothetical investors here. Our one hypothetical investor is driven by the emotion of greed. They're thinking, this is the perfect time to invest in the market. Everything is down, everything is cheap. I can make a lot of money in the market. Our second hypothetical investor is driven by fear. And they're thinking, this is terrifying. There's no way I'm going to put any money in the market right now until the market conditions improve. The economy's in shambles. What's crazy is we're talking about two separate investors, but oftentimes as individuals, we will go back and forth from the fearful to the greedy investor. So one of my favorite strategies to get money into the market is what we call dollar cost averaging. Now, what dollar cost averaging is what we're going to do is over a set interval, we're going to put a fixed amount of money into an investment. So for example, I'm going to put $500 a month every 15th of the month into my Roth IRA. Or if you have a 401k, every paycheck, I'm going to defer 10% of my income into my investment portfolio. So a fixed period of time, every 15th of the month or every paycheck, I'm going to put in a fixed amount of money, $500 or 10% of my salary into an investment portfolio, my IRA or my 401k. Right? So if you have an IRA or 401k, chances are you already are dollar cost averaging. Now here's what dollar cost averaging does. It's a pretty simple strategy. It's not a strategy that necessarily guarantees you growth, but what it does is it averages the cost of you getting into the stock market. So when investments are higher, the stock market's higher, the cost of investment is higher, so you buy less, right? And when the stock market's lower, the cost of investment is less, so you're buying more. So what that does is it helps average the cost that you get into the market. It smooths the ride a bit, kind of takes some of the risk or the volatility out of your investment portfolio. Now, again, it's a simple strategy, doesn't necessarily guarantee more growth. It just depends. Are you dollar cost averaging into a stock market that's going up? Are you buying into one that's going down or buying into one that's going kind of up and down and sideways? The brilliance of dollar cost averaging, though, is two things it does for your investments. Number one, it helps you avoid mistiming the market. And number two, it takes the emotions out of investing. So mistiming the market. Is this the best time to invest in the market? I don't know. The best time actually, if you think the market is continuing to improve, the best time to invest would have been a couple weeks ago, not today. So you missed that right time. The only way to know if it's the right time is by looking backwards. So you can see where dollar cost averaging takes that decision out of the equation. I'm just going to put money in on a regular basis. The second thing that it does is takes the emotion out of investing. Right? As individual investors, we have a psychological bias, right? We as individuals go from fearful to greed. I'm going to buy, I'm not going to buy. I'm going to invest, I'm not going to invest. I'm scared, I'm not scared. What dollar cost averaging does is it makes the decision without the emotion. I'm going to invest the same amount of money on a regular period of time, regardless of what the market's doing. And that's the brilliance of dollar cost averaging. That's why it's my favorite strategy to get money into the stock market. So if you have an IRA or 401k, don't stop investing just because times are scary. Keep going. If you have a lump sum of money and you're trying to make a decision on how to get it into the stock market, there's other ways to deal with risk and volatility in the market. And that's what we're going to talk about into our next video. And the idea is that dollar cost average into something. What do you dollar cost average into? What are you investing your dollars into? So dollar cost averaging as a strategy helps you manage risk, but also what you invest in helps you manage risk, and we're going to talk about that in the next video. Again, thanks for watching. If you can, take a quick second and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I appreciate it. Take care.